Hi everybody, welcome back to another PSO stream. So I think today what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to, we're going to do some PSO BB to start with, and then we're going to switch over just to some PSO2 NGS a bit later on. So I want to try out some of the new Kvaris event for NGS, but I'm going to start out with some PSO to begin with. I hope you guys are all doing okay anyway. Hope you've had a nice weekend. Yucca ceiling. Yeah, so you might notice that I've made a couple of changes. So I do now have chat on screen, so hopefully it works okay. It was a bit of a nightmare getting it working. I tried it with stream elements and it just didn't work at all for some reason. So I've managed to sort of get another way around it, so hopefully it works okay. I've also got a bit of an overlay now as well, just to try and make the stream look a little bit better for now. So for anyone who didn't see, a video has just gone live earlier, a couple of hours ago, which is just the beginner's guide to the HughCast. So that's just gone live on the channel recently. And there'll also be probably an NGS video going live midweek as well. And then the next PSO video will probably be a Ranger, so possibly Raymal. Hi, bass player. Good evening. Oh, I've actually got the audio bug in the lobby this time. It normally only happens in Pioneer too. What I'm doing, I'm just gonna reload this lobby because that music bug is really annoying. Is that any better? Yeah, that's fixed again now. I don't know why it does that. Yeah, so the HughCast video, that's like I said, it's just gone live today. I know there is a couple of comments that Draken left as well, which are really, really useful actually. So I think going forward, I'm going to try and use the sandbox mode on Ephinea and actually show off the weapons that I recommend as well. So thanks for that suggestion, Draken. It's really, really useful. There's a snowstorm there today. I think there's meant to be some snow coming here as well, man. It's later in the week, I think it is. So I do V801 farm or Lame LK38. I wouldn't mind doing a run for Swordsman's Law as well, just to see if I can get one of those as well. That would be useful. No, much appreciated, Draken. Yeah, that was really, really handy. I've always said this, but if you've got any suggestions for the channel going forward, by all means, let me know in the videos, and I will try and sort of work in what I can for the videos. Yeah, no worries, Minsk. British snow, which is basically outside dandruff. Yeah, I relate to that. Oh yeah, it's the rare enemy boost week this week, isn't it? Yeah, so we could go either Lavis Cannon or Psycho Wand. Yeah, I was going to do Swordsman's Law, but I forgot it's the rare enemy week, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, we could switch it up a bit, really. So we could always start with a Swordsman's Law run, and then maybe switch it over to maybe hunting Psycho Wand or something else. Well, yeah, we got one Swordsman's Law, we just didn't get enough. Yeah, I think there is actually meant to be some snow this week. I'm hoping it's not too much because I'm meant to be going to London next week. You were in a game earlier when a fellow got a 25 hit frozen shooter from a Tor. Oh, nice. Yeah, no worries, Draken. Yeah, I can just join. Yeah, I'm meant to be going to London next week to go to a concert for, it's like a Nier Automata concert where they play all the music from the game. I'm just hoping there isn't too much snow so I can actually get down. Yeah, and like Draken said in chat there, if anyone watching the stream, if you want to jump on, we're on Ephinea on the Luma Race Block 2. Anyone can join the games that we play, and the password's always stream. You're in Cambridge, as far as I know, not expecting any. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad. I do that all the time, Minsk, particularly when I'm doing the videos for the character classes and I make new characters for the videos for classes I don't have. I always end up changing it back to my actual main characters when I log in. So yeah, I think the next video though for PSO is probably going to be Rare Mal, and then we'll move on to another force after that. Did it a second time. And on the NGS side of things as well, now I've had a few days with the NGS update, I'm actually quite impressed with it, to be honest. I still think it's a little bit limited what we can do in the game, but I do feel like the Kvaris update is sort of a step in the right direction overall. Actually seems quite fun. Suggestion on Sandbox, you might want to show us some vital weapons, but maybe after doing a beginner run of Force with every class, then do an advanced one where you show everything on Hunter Ranger Force. Yeah. There's always things I can look into for that. So obviously Sandbox is ideal for, for showing off some of the really rare stuff, like the Dark Flow that I mentioned in the HuCast video. I do not have a Dark Flow, so definitely need a Sandbox for that. Heading up north a couple of times to see Warrington Wolves Rugby League. Oh, you're quite a big Rugby League fan? Yeah, Dark Flow is ridiculous, yeah. Still find it stupid that Skyly can't get it when Skyly is the sword ID, but I suppose it's not technically a sword it's dropping as, so... I suppose you are just getting the item that you can make into, Dark Meteor or Dark Bridge as well. Yeah, so I think we'll do a Swordsman's Law run first, and then we'll switch over and we can either go after Psycho Wand or Lavis Cannon while the rare enemy boosts on. The only thing about Lavis is hunting red slimes is horrendous. I really, really hate hunting red slimes. Would it be a red Rhea drop for the item to convert the sword? I honestly can't remember if red Rhea gets it. It's only certain IDs that get it. 600k away from halfway to 200. Oh, it's depressing, isn't it? You need to be like level 182, 183 to be halfway to 200. Yeah, we were talking about Dark Flow Draken, and we couldn't remember if Dark Flow dropped, if the Parasitic Gene Flow dropped on Red Rhea or not. Yeah, the Lavis drop for Red Rhea though. It's only 1 in 21, but just getting a red slime to show up is awful. Doesn't drop on red, okay. I don't have the drop shouts up at the minute. So back to the ruins grinder again. Hopefully we get a couple of Swordsman's Law this time. Human Minsk is Red Rhea. Yeah, I do have a Red Rhea for Newell at the minute, but she's only about level... I think she's around about 90-ish. So she just gets murdered as soon as she goes in ultimate. He's about 16. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe not then. These Arlands have been really irritating. The Zuzu hunt. Yeah, I mean, Redry is still a great idea, to be honest. I just like that it's such a balanced ID overall. I mean, I think if you want to go totally balanced, you know, Whitehall is a brilliant ID, but I've always liked Red Rhea. Obviously not as much as Skyly. I have to stay on brand. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Red Rhea is really good for box runs. Yeah, the only downside with Skyly is just how many Dragon Slayers you end up getting. Isn't Whitehall the Slicer ID? So it does get a lot of slices, but it is also just a very, very balanced ID overall. And the good thing about Whitehall is pretty much every area has something really good in it. I've never really had like a really, really high level Whitehall. I should probably do that at some point. Crimson Court from the Rare Rappy for Red Rhea. Often Del Rappy. That's a really good drop from Del Rappy, because Del Rappy tends to drop pretty awful things, really. It usually just drops a few heavenly units. Can't remember, to be honest. I seem to remember that there was a good Red Rhea Crimson Court drop, but I can't remember what it is now that drops it. They're probably one of the rare enemies, I'm guessing. Oh, special weapon. Oof. Oh, Dolphin Eclair, okay. That's less good. Yeah, Whitehall is just a really, really strong ID overall, base player. Oh, you got your first Silence Claw of the Dirt. I mean, it wouldn't be a Ruins run without, you know, at least one Silence Claw drop. Somehow, and I don't know how, but somehow I still don't have Shifter and D-Band 20 on this character. It's somewhere up there, but I know it's not 20. I did find the D-Band level 30 disc earlier, which was pretty nice. D-Band 19, fair enough. Yeah, I found D-Band 30 earlier for my force, so she'll find that pretty useful. 13 HP left. Pretty much a green hill or blue full player. Yeah, I've got a bit of experience with green hill. When I used to play on the official Sega servers. Oh, there's the first mega death of the run as well. And yeah, when I used to play on the official Sega servers, I had a green hill Raymal. I think she got to about 130 or so. Blue Full's an idea I don't have that much experience with, to be honest. Mega DA. 30 hit club, oh nice. It's a shame it's not a normal club, because then you could at least use it for something like a Summit Moon or something like that. Green Hill Raymar and a blue full Huka Seal. Ah, cool. How are you liking the Huka Seal? immediately got latched onto by Bullclaw. So many sorcerers in this block. I like that even the claws just absolutely murder me when they hit me. Oh, another special weapon. I'm going to assume that that's another Silence Claw. Like home, even though my highest level character was my rare mat, I always like the part as a murder machine. Yeah, I love Hucasil. It's one of my favorite classes. Oh, I finally found an anti-level 7 disc. Level 152, and I didn't have anti-level 7. There we go. That hit club, I mean, my sort of advice with the Summit Moon would be I would just try and get as high hit club as you can. You're never really going to melee with it, but I mean, you're using a Magic Rock Moolah to make it, so it's not that hard to get a hit club. So I just think you may as well have one. Yeah, I love Hucasil. I've got a pretty high level one on GameCube. I just love all the different animations and everything that it has. Got an he's still 6. Yeah, anti-level 7 seems really like annoyingly rare. For some reason I just can't target that Bullclaw. Oh, I can now. The only downside of this quest is there are far too many Bullclaws in it. Oof. Yeah, you don't want to take a crit from these. Yeah, my Hucasil on GameCube, she has a Kasami Bracer, and it basically gets to a point with her. She's got so much evade, nothing can hit her. The only downside with having so much evade is if you get blocked in by a big group of enemies, you just stand there constantly blocking, you just can't do anything. Oh yeah, the Bracer on GameCube as well. Yeah, I love Kasami Bracer. That's one thing I am going to hunt once I've got my 4 new world leveled a bit more. As a Red Rio has a pretty good drop for that. Yeah, Hucasil with Stealth Suit would be ridiculous. There's just no need to have that high evade. So it can be a problem sometimes, the evade. All it's good for blocking enemies, if you do get blocked in by a group, you just consistently block and you just can't do anything. Another 30 club drop. Yeah, you always get hit on weapons that you just don't need it on. The eagle-eyed among you may have noticed I still have not unsealed the Lame d'Argent. I will do it at some point. It's 1 in 1,832 drop from Nano Dragons on Bluefall. I mean, there's probably better drops for that, I think. 1 in 1,800 from a Nano Dragon's pretty nasty. I think Red Rio gets it from, I think it's from a Sinnoh Blue. I'm sure it's only about 1 in 850, I think. It's not a hard drop, really. I mean, more than 1800 is doable. You just need a quest that has a lot of nano dragons in it. I can take care of him before he does the Megid. Yeah, my Photon Blast seems to be taking a long time to charge. If you guys get to 100, I can just boost you. So, base player, do you mainly work on your Rema or your Yggdrasil? Yeah, no worries, I'm boost. I think I'll move from that. Probably want to take that sorcerer out before we do it. Just yeah, just to make sure that we don't just eat a Megid as soon as we do Photon Blast. It's actually hilarious how little damage I do with mechs when I don't have shifter. Actually, I'm almost at Photon Blast, actually. Then the Raymar only just got the Hunter up and running, mostly going by memory from the early 2010s. Yeah, I think you'll get back into it. It just takes a little while to remember all the, you know, all the little mechanics and everything. Yeah, Raymar was my first character, but I think I just prefer overall playing Hunter. It's always been like my main class, really. Does that raid gonna have hit? No, of course it doesn't. Just finding time right now. I haven't played properly in over 2 weeks. Yeah, for me it depends a lot on work. Quite often work will just make it where I'm just tired on a night and I just don't really feel like playing it. Well, that's one good thing about streaming the game. You know, obviously I need to do a stream, so it sort of means that I get to play. Oh god, more Belras. They do so much. And just to add insult to injury as well. They do that much damage and they confuse you as well. HP material, very nice. Ah. Oh, thanks so much for that. You know what? I'm going to use Fowler just because there's been requests for me to use Fowler. is like probably the only time you'll ever see anyone ever use Fowler. There it goes. The meme PB. Or would that be Golla? I'm not sure. Both of them are equally bad. Yeah, Pillar's just better in pretty much all situations. So the only reason I have Fowler on this mag is because I made a mistake when I was leveling it. It's a shame really, because Fowler looks like one of the coolest photon blasts, but it's just terrible. Yeah, I'm lost already. I think you'd be more than confused if you took a rocket punch to the head. Yeah, good point. No, it's definitely think that the Belras are way more annoying in an ultimate. Yeah, it might be nice to do that just so we can get back to it quickly. Yeah, hopefully the chat on screen's not too bad. Hopefully it's readable okay. Just let me know if I need to adjust it at all and I can change it. Too many bull claws. I mean, great if you're hunting something from them, but that's more like it. Well, the Del Sabers, not so much the Sorcerers. It always makes you laugh with the Sorcerers, with the Psycho 1 drop for them. I just wonder what they were thinking with the drop rate for it. Like, yeah, let's have an item drop. A pretty uncommon enemy in normal runs. Let's make it a 1 in 300,000 drop rate. Looks fine so far, not obstructive. Ah, cool. Yeah, I didn't want it too big. So I didn't want it to sort of take away from what was actually on screen. So hopefully it's okay there. Because of all the menus and everything with PSO as well, it's about the only place I can put it on screen where it's not obstructed. More Belras. Pretty crazy quest this really. It's just all the big enemies. And then just a ton of claws thrown in for good measure. So yeah, I think what we'll do today is we'll do this run for Swordsman's Law, and then we'll switch over and hunt some rare enemies. I would say Lavis Cannon, but the thought of hunting red slimes is just so off-putting. So maybe just go Psycho ones and just, you know, we're never ever going to get it, but, you know. But what if? Could you even imagine? Yeah, Psycho 1, it's from Lily, isn't it? I know it's something stupid like a 1 in 200 and something drop from a rare enemy. It would be awesome to find something that rare though, particularly on stream as well. Previous experience of PSO suggests that probably won't happen. Cycle 1 is just ridiculous to find. You don't want to do lilies until you have an anti-dark rank. I just tend to use a shielded L-Saber, honestly. I don't find lilies that bad, providing there's not hundreds of them in the same spawn. They're quite easy to predict. Going for Lavis would be funny, but yeah, just a shame it's from Red Slime. Yeah, just splitting the slimes and yeah, then hoping they don't kill each other as well. The Del Sabers are not paying up today, unfortunately. So yeah, for next week, I'm not sure if there'll be a stream next weekend yet. I'll update you guys near the time. Just as I said, I'm going away to London for most of the week, so I will be back just before the weekend, but it depends how I feel for the stream. So I'll keep you guys updated anyway. To be honest, I'll probably end up streaming. I don't know how much that Del Saber there. He sort of like tried to despawn and then just died. I remember this room. I hate it when they put the bull claws right near the edge of the room because it's awkward to actually get a lock on them. So enemies using the coward strats where they go right near the edge of the room so you can't hit them. I do really like how many Del Sabers are in this first block, though. It does make it quite huntable. I just don't like that it also comes with 100 Belrus. The enemy was annihilated, apart from these couple of claws. May as well use a die fluid and pick that one up. Probably feed I might try and build that synchro back up a bit again after all the deaths last stream. I need a telepipe there. Aha. That'd be why. Yeah, I'm just at the well, I'm at the triple warp at the minute. I can't remember. Did we have to go back to Pioneer to be able to do the Ruins 2 part? I think we did, didn't we? Yeah, so to get to Ruins 2, once you've got that capsule, the end of the Ruin 1 part, if you go back to Pioneer and speak to the guy you get the quest from, just basically say that you're okay to go and look for other capsules, and he'll basically just let the Pioneer warp go to Ruins 2 instead. So I've just talked to this guy in here. Yeah, so he just says, like, did you find any capsules? And he just says, oh, I think there's some more in the next area of Ruins. Can you keep searching? You just say search. And then I believe that the warp changes to Ruin 2. Yeah, so once you've done that, the main teleporter will change to Ruins 2 instead. It's a pretty strange quest, really. I can't think of any other quests that do this. It did feel like there was less Del Sabers. I'm sure there was actually about the same Del Sabers as Ruin 1, but they seem to be spread out a lot more in Ruins 2. I think if you were purely hunting Swordsman's Lore, I think it's probably best to just run Ruin 1 and then restart. But I don't mind doing Ruins 2 though, because it's actually quite a fun area. No Belrus or Sorcerers, yeah, that's one of the reasons. The downside is you get Gunners. I like that the shifter and D-band ran out the instant we walked in the room. I'd love to have a word with whoever designed the gimmick for claws, where once you've hit them twice, they just float a little bit away from you, so you can't hit them again. It's such an unnecessary mechanic. To be honest, I think I'd rather have sorcerers than bull claws. I don't know why, I've just always found bull claws way more annoying. I'm used to the Reenov with those claws. Oh, yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, it's because it doesn't combo. Yeah, you just be able to keep hitting them. I never thought of that. Oh, no hit on the Vulcans. Tell you what, when you get to later episode 1, you do realise sort of how kind of weak Hunuel is. You know, when you can't even kill a basic enemy in one combo. I still love the class. Cannon Rouge, the claws. 1000 per hit. Oh, it's actually not a Yasminkov, that bass player. It's that's a Blue Burst exclusive gun. That it's called the Rionov. It's a very sort of similar looking gun. It looks like an old school rifle. But it's like a new set of those type guns that were added in Blue Burst. I think there's about five or six different versions of them. The Yasminkovs are still in as well, though. I get what you mean, though. It does look really, really similar to the like the Yasminkov 3K. It's real gun in the line of claws. Yeah, I've always liked the 3000R. I just think it looks really cool. It's not one of the best rifles in the game by any means, but just a really, really cool looking gun. So what you can tell that we don't have the rare drop boost this week. I can't really go toe to toe with these because I just end up taking a hit. You get blocked in the corner there, Minsk. Just not paying enough attention. It's easy done. Yeah, I had a look into the sandbox mode. It looks like you need a separate account for it, so I can set one of those up and do that for videos going forward. Wish you got a red sword drop. Yeah, red sword's a really, really nice weapon. Like I said, especially on Android as well, because you can take advantage of the paralysis as well, particularly if you get on with hit. Oh, nice. We've got music disc for Live and Learn. I would play that if I wasn't streaming, but, you know, probably DMC it. Dude, the Crush 40 songs are all absolutely awesome. I've had the Sonic Frontiers song stuck in my head lately as well. I think the NGS collab didn't help with that. Persona 3 Reload in your head. That just released recently, didn't it? Oh, there's a Resta level 30 disc here if anyone needs it. I've already got it from our force. The bass player's singing away in chat. Released on Friday, yeah. Yeah, if anyone needs that rest of 30, just let me know and I can drop it. I hate with the gun is how, like, when they shoot you, they shoot at where you're going. That was me not paying enough attention to that. Sorry if you got the chat. No worries. I'd rather the chat be used than it be totally empty, so yeah, by all means. Raffoy 28. Might need that. I'll pick it up in case. Oh, you got a final impact. Nice. It's your first one. Oh, probably the first of many, I would imagine. Are we going like totally the wrong way here? I don't get them at all on green, okay. I'm guessing, was there a warp or something we had to go through? This was just the box room, wasn't it? Yeah. I've no idea. I'm totally lost again. I can't do this quest. Ruins is bad enough for getting lost in, but this quest's horrendous for it. I'm going to assume it's that warp. It's like maybe up here? Maybe? Ah, I think it's this way. Yeah, just head north, Minsk. I like how Draken's just solo and everything because me and Minsk just got totally lost. You're right on the map, but ran the wrong way. Special weapon. Oh, is that all it is? A silence claw. Is it from a gunner? Because if that was Skylight, it would have been a Skylight card. Again, not that I even want a Skylight card. Ah, this room again. It's just habit with me doing shift or D-band all the time. I'm so used to doing it when I used to play on the official server, so hard habit to break. can't remember how far we go through Runes 2 in this quest, to be honest. Do we start getting bringers in here, I think? Possibly? Yep. That answers my question. The bringers just, they hit so hard, man. Yeah, so I think the next PSO video will probably be Rare Mal. After that, it's going to be a Force. I'm thinking either Format or Fornum. Just so I'm mixing it up. So I'm going like, you know, male hunter, female ranger, male Force, and then just working through that way. So either Fornum or Formar after Rare Mal. I will warn you though, if I do Fornum is probably the class I've got the least experience in PSO. I'll probably have to do some research myself for that one. I'm surprised we haven't had more drop, to be honest. I know we've had a few Silence Claws, as expected, but I thought I might have had something else. Well, I suppose we had the Final Impact. At this point, I would even take like a nice Vulcan with hit. 25 hit club. We can do better than that. That's so many gunners. I'm just noticing how much damage those gunners actually do. Yeah, they are just like snipers. Just because of how they work, you know, when they shoot you, they don't necessarily aim at where you actually are. They kind of aim where you're going if you move, so it's kind of hard to dodge the beam sometimes. And for freeze spam. It is kind of the only way to really take care of them easily with Uniworld. Just spam Rabata constantly. Or use free special on weapons, I guess, but it's because you're not an android, you have reduced effectiveness with the freeze. So you're basically reliant on Rabata. Use a Snow Queen. Yeah, Snow Queen's really nice. I suppose you typically use one sort of in conjunction with the Frozen Shooter, don't you, rather than instead of. You know, Snow Queen's great when you've got enemies that are clumped up together. Yeah, I'll do whatever Minsk isn't doing. One Fowler again, boys. Fowler fam. Someone has to represent Fowler. Not that I really want to, but yeah, at some point, you know, in the distant future, I will probably remake this mag without Fowler, but I just can't be bothered at the minute. Oh. 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 You got Fowler, you can't go wrong in this team. Yeah, good point. Out of spite, I'm going to have a Fowler Gola Twins mag. Oof. Yeah, Gola's a really, really strange one because sometimes it'll just whiff and it just won't do anything. Like the hitbox is really, really tight on it and it just sometimes you'll do it and it just misses. It's still a one-shot in Sam Million. Oh, of course, yeah, because if you could line that up perfectly, you probably would just one-shot him. Honestly, I still feel that Estill is the best Photon Blast overall. I mean, obviously, Twins is really nice for the buffs as well. Oh, another special weapon. What claw was it? Was it Silence Claw or was it from one of the Bull Claws? Usually only get caught out by a level 50 Force mag because that may give foul if you're not paying attention. For me, yeah, the reason I've got it is because I started it with a Hunter mag. And I accidentally leveled this level 10 on a Hunter, so I got Fowler. So don't do that if you're raising a mag. I'll set to a Ranger and get Estella instead. Yeah, what claw is it? Is it a Silence Claw or a Morning Glory? Just getting continually sniped in the same position. Yeah, you just need to be careful when you're leveling a mag and just... I typically always have mag guides open just so I can say exactly what each evolution learns, just to try and, you know, reduce the chances of me messing up and getting the wrong Photon Blast. Honestly, you know, if I am being honest, I think mag raising is probably one of my least favorite things in PSO. I basically get a mag that I'm happy with and then leave it there. I'm not someone who tends to level loads and loads of mags. I just find them a bit... Honestly, I find them a little bit boring to level. That's why I missed the Ragdoll Mag calculator. It gave you updates in real time. Yeah, I used to use like a mag timer ages ago that used to tell you exactly when your mag was ready to be fed and things like that. Typically, I used to use the old PSO World guides. That's just because I was, you know, quite active on PSO World back in the day. Like I think a lot of people were. And that's just where I went to for a lot of my information. I think the stuff's still on PSO World now, it's just that the site's just not used by anyone now, really. Come on, Del Saber. You know you want to hand over Swordsman's Law. Come on. Fine, don't then. You switch Sato Mag over to your Yukasil, Arkle. You went to a Sato guide on PSO World today, yeah. That's what I normally use when I'm leveling mags. Just because, contrary to what my videos might suggest, I can't remember a lot of the the stat balances that you have to do for different mags, so I'm always on PSO World checking those. It's just something I can never remember. I feel like there's a bit of a conspiracy against me here. Oh, you got a flame visit. Oh, nice. It's a bit of a conspiracy here. Everyone else is getting res apart from me. Well, I got a photon drop. Actually got level. Didn't think I got that much experience here, but apparently I was wrong. Got a photon drop, so is the real winner. You could say that. I could see my life flashing before my eyes there when that bringer started turning around. Hit Tempest Vulcan. Oh, what a waste. I have no idea which way it is. Not that way, apparently. Yeah, the elemental specials are always a bit underwhelming, really. Not sure if I was meant to take that warp, but probably a bad idea. The Ephinea accuracy is in full effect here. All I can see is just miss, miss, miss. Going full lead right. It is not advisable here. I went in because I thought other people had gone through the warp as well. Mince has the right idea here. Just, you know, stand on the other side where they can't hit you and just shoot in. Yeah, providing cover from the high ground. See, I would like to think that the reason I haven't had a rare yet is because it's just saving up a Psycho 1 for me or something. Or a Lavis Cannon. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself anyway. But I want to say congrats on all the recent subs. Subbed a few weeks ago and you were a little over 200 and just started over double. That's awesome. Oh, thanks very much, Carl. Yeah, I've been really surprised actually with how well the channel's doing, considering it's such a niche, really. when I started the channel, I started out originally with just NGS videos, and then I've said this a few times, but I realised that a lot of people probably haven't played original PSO that play NGS, but just because of how old PSO is now. So I just thought, right, I'll start doing a few PSO videos for people who might be interested, and the channel just kind of took off from there, really. And now, even though I'm an NGS creator, my PSO videos are still by far my most popular videos. This is probably not a good place to be in. Yeah, if you do play PSO, don't stand in the corner and let everything box you in. What an escape. I have no idea how I didn't die there. I fully deserve to die there. Yeah, Crawl, there'll be plenty more PSO videos coming. I'm going to do some more PSU videos as well, because I realise I haven't done one of those for a little while. I did get a couple of messages from people saying that they didn't actually know that you could play PSU still as well, so... yeah, one of these switches is timed. I think it might be this one. I think when you do this, I think it starts that countdown. Yeah, I don't mind if you want to lurk, Crawl. You know, I appreciate all the views, regardless whether it's, you know, people talking in chat or whether you want to lurk and watch. I just appreciate the people actually want to watch the, you know, watch the streams and watch the videos. It just makes me happy as well that people still want to play PSO in, you know, in 2024. Yeah, I walked right into that one. I've actually just got a capture device for my PSP as well, so I can actually try and do some PSP2 videos as well. I don't know how well it works. I may need to emulate that instead to make it actually look legible on stream, but we'll see. Will I be doing a Valentine event video? So I may look into doing like a seasonal one for Ephinea, for anything they're doing here for Valentine's. I know I did like a Christmas themed video a little while back for, you know, just before Christmas. So I may do a similar one for the Valentine's event in PSO. Kind of surprised there isn't a Valentine's event on NGS, to be honest. They normally do one, but they're not this year. Unless they're just doing it later on. I'd like to see an Infinity playthrough, Draken. Yeah, I do actually have PSP2 Infinity, so... It's actually one of my favourite Fantasy Star games. That I absolutely love that game. This is an awful room. I need to look into Infinity though, because obviously when I played it, I did it with like a Japanese PlayStation account and everything, and played it in Japanese because obviously it wasn't released in the West. But from what I understand, I'm sure there's like a translation patch or something for it now. Sure, I remember reading something about that. Yeah, Infinity is a brilliant game though. It's there's so much to do in it as well. Patch is way better now. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's such a shame that Sega didn't bring that over to the West. It's such a good game. And I probably feel like, out of all the Phantasy Star games, I think Infinity probably captures the feel of PSO the most of the other games. Yeah, there are plenty of things that you can go and hunt, and, you know, you just kind of capture that feel. I'm guessing we're desynced here. I've got a Phantom Claw. Yeah, there's a stealth claw. Hold on. There we go. I can go anytime now. Yeah, I think the claws desync when they get spawned by a bull claw. Yeah, more Fowler. We've got Estella this time as well. This isn't a t-shirt, I don't know what it is. Yeah, new merch t-shirt that just says #FowlerGang. Yeah, please do better than me. Please don't use Fowler. I just realized I have no idea where I'm going. Again. I never run this quest, so I can never remember what the right path is. Use Fowler, other guy, what? Yeah, it's a kind of t-shirt that would just make no sense to like 99% of the public. Charge striker. I love some of the useless combinations you get. Yeah, let's put charge on a rod. Yeah, I am actually repping a PSO t-shirt today, actually. Yeah, I got one not a little while back. You might be able to see it, actually, but... Yeah, I got that a while back. It's kind of funny you mention t-shirts when I'm wearing a PSO one. Next t-shirt. Oh, do I love all these bull claws. Just make it a series. Have another one that just says, God, I hate gunners. It's a really strange area, Ruins, because it's probably my favourite area in the game. Well, definitely my favourite episode 1 area. I think CCA might just pip it for episode 2. But it has some of the most annoying enemies in the game. Nothing beats Alt F2 yet. Oh, Alt F2 is it's rough. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks, Elos. Oh, it's your first time playing. Oh, cool. Yeah, welcome, PSO. I've always said on these streams as well, if anyone's on this server on Ephinea, you know, if you do want to join in on any of the runs, by all means, just hit us up. We're normally on the European ship. Yeah, welcome to the family. What class have you decided to go with, Sailors? Oh, you play PSU first. Oh, cool. I imagine it's probably quite strange playing PSU first and then going back to PSO. Because they're quite different games, really. I love both of them, though. Like, I know PSU got a lot of hate when it released, but I actually really enjoy PSU. shuddering having to do our respective tomorrow for parasitic gene flow. Oh god, yeah, ultimate Olga flow is so rough. Human ranger, okay. Was it the male or female one? Male one. Okay, so yeah, so that's a rare mar. Yes, I did a video on those not so long back, either last week or the week before, I think it was. And just like a beginner's guide to rare mar, so go and check that out if you want sort of some guides on things you might want to look out for the class. Rare mar's a really, really good, really good option. Pipes up, Draken. Yeah, base player's quite a big rare mar enthusiast. PSU is similar in the gameplay loop, but the gameplay is very different. Yeah, obviously PSO will probably feel a lot more pared down compared to PSU because PSU introduced things like the photon blast and so on. Sorry, the photon arts. I mean, we can do the switch. I have no idea if we'll be able to actually do it in time, but we can try. I'm following your lead here because I have no idea where to go for the switches. Yeah, I had a good time with PSU. I thought it was actually a really decent game. I thought that a lot of the hate that it got when it released was quite unfair. I think when it very first released, like base game PSU, there was a lot of issues with it, but I kind of feel like they did resolve a lot of them fairly quickly. So the problem was that by the time they'd resolved a lot of the issues, the reviews had already been done by magazines, and it got slated by a lot of magazines. So the damage was already done. I feel like the expansion for PSU helped it a lot though as well. This game has a chance to hit the keys to come back to it. That's how PSO gets you. I'm still here 20 years later. Oh, you started with PSU as well, Draken? People still play, and what happened to magazines? Exactly. Oh, you're on PS2? Okay. Yeah, because PS2 was really strange, wasn't it? It was on like PS2, PC, and I think it was Xbox 360 as well. It was such a weird mix of like platforms it was on. I just played it on PC when I played. I seem to remember that the PC and PS2 servers were linked, I think. Yeah, go for it, Draken. We can try and find this. Alright, now we'll try and find the switches. We'll probably fail miserably. Hello, 40-hit Dim Ripper. You have it on 360. Well, it's not that way. Then the 360 back in 2007. I had an online demo they played for years because it was free. I mean, if you enjoy playing it, then I hold it against you, really. It is funny though that you played the demo and just played that over and over again. Well, Mario, it's been quite easy so far. Try PSU Clementine, it's cool, but I think they buffed the experience rates and overall damage doesn't feel the same. Yeah, so I know the experience rates definitely do feel faster to me. The thing is, I don't think there's too many options for PSU. I think you are kind of stuck with Clementine or not much else. If there is other servers, let me know and I can have a look into them, but the only one I've really tried is Clementine. I still think it's a fun server though, and it's nice to have a server that actually plays PSU. Yeah, I got one switch. All right, so that's 2. Yeah, I get what you mean, Silos. Having played the official server as well, there is definitely a difference between official and Clementine. I mean, to be honest, it's the same with this as well. I mean, this isn't exactly the same as the original Sega servers. There are some little differences. But with this, though, a lot of the little differences they've made are just quality of life improvements. No idea where this last switch is. At least there isn't a klaxon. Oh, there is. you get that. I think it's with a couple of minutes left. You start getting a warning klaxon. Just, added, anxiety. So we've got 3. Okay, so we've got that one there. But is it for 20 minutes? Just one more switch. PSO demo was repetitive, but because the overall game was smaller, it had a big social feel to it. Hard to explain, but kept you hooked. Yeah, I think the thing about PSU was because you had that system where you traveled between the different lobbies. If you found a lobby that had a few people in it, it was like a very, very social game. Whereas PSO obviously has the more centralized lobby before you actually make a game. Yeah, I'll be looking to doing some more PSU videos as well, just because I feel like it's a game that a lot of people just haven't tried. Maybe because of the reviews at the time, maybe people were put off by it. Alright, no worries, I'll just take a walk and see if I can find it. Oh, there you go. There's your klaxon. Centralized lobby, come to really appreciate. PSO2 had the same, but New Genesis ruined it. Yeah, it's quite a common thing that a lot of people don't like NGS. For me, I quite enjoy NGS's gameplay. I do feel like there are some areas where base PSO2 was better. We have to run to the warp. I'm so far away. First to the door laser pipe. I'm absolutely miles from it, so... It's the best gameplay in the series minus everything else. Yeah, there's... Use red pipe, it's closest. Ah, fair enough. Don't use my pipe. I have no idea where this is. Keep trying to get into NGS, but the character voices annoy you. Is that as in like the NPCs or your own character? Because I know with your own character there is actually an option to turn your voice off. I'm assuming you mean the NPCs though. NPCs, yeah. Yeah, some of the voicing is really, really bad. I mean, if voices annoy you, there is an option to change it all to Japanese as well. Obviously, you might not... Oh? the other capsule. Oh, we've done it, boys. Actually beat the quest. That deserves an alt P. Yeah, a lot of fun with NGS at first, but you feel PSO has lost its identity with NGS. Too much focus on cosmetics. Feels like a collection of anime. I mean, it does have obviously a ton of collabs with things like animes. I like the aspect of NGS in that, you know, you can basically make whatever you want to with your character. Obviously, it has moved in a direction though where you've got like the axe cash scratches and things like that, where you have to pay money for pulls. I think that's just the nature of how that side of the business has gone now. I think that, obviously there's a lot of games that have been really successful doing that kind of system, so Sega have obviously gone for the same kind of thing. And I suppose that kind of started with original PSO2 as well, rather than NGS. I do feel still though that I think the story of NGS is still quite weak. I do need to see that develop more. This game and even PSO have very unique identities to them. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that, definitely. So do we do V8 or 1 Pazuzu hunt? Or run Hunter on episode 4 and try to get Lame or LK38? We could try for a Pazuzu if you want and try and go for V8 or 1. Yeah, I agree that, you know, PSO has a very, very obvious like style to it, and PSU has its own definite style as well, and you can't really replicate them with other games. Yeah, no worries, Minsk. So I think we'll do about maybe another half an hour of PSO or so, around that. Half an hour, 45 minutes or so, and then we'll switch over and do a little bit of NGS just to round out the stream. Oh, don't tell me there's more. Oh, no. Alright, I guess we're doing Ruins 3 then. How long is this quest? Okay, I guess we're not doing V801 then. Yeah, no worries. I don't know why I didn't see that coming, because, you know, we've gone all the way through Ruins 1. And we've done all the Ruins 2. So why would they stop there, you know? Yeah, thankfully there is only Ruins 3. I mean, technically Ruins 4, I suppose, would be faults. That's a very nice Nightbot. Oh, no worries, bass player. Yeah, I've set up a bot on the channel just to obviously handle some things, but I'll tweak it a bit, because I don't think you were spamming excessively or anything there. So yeah, no worries. I think all Nightbot can do anyway at the minute is it can just time you out for like a few minutes at most. You know, if it's bans, it's me that does them. So yeah, no worries. I like how it like deletes all of the messages that you've done. Seems like we're overly aggressive. Yeah, I'll tweak that after the stream so it's not as aggressive. At least another bot is actually working. Doesn't seem to bring yourself in. No, it's no worries. I mean, you know, obviously for this stream, just until it's done, just watch it for that. But once I've finished this stream, I'll tweak Nightbot so it's not as aggressive on coming down on caps. Yeah, I think I need to set like a global focus sound on this so it keeps playing when I switch. At least you know you've contributed. Oh, we can't pipe. Yeah, so it means if you once you've spoken to that NPC on Pioneer, just go back to the main teleporter and it'll bring you down to Ruin 3. We can't pipe for some reason. Ah, I see we're back to Bull Claws again. I wonder if this is the longest quest in PSO. It does feel like it. Yeah, no pipes will make this complicated. Yeah, it depends on if we have to do any of those time switches again. I think we've got some claw desync again. I've just had a horrible memory of this flashing back to me. Yeah, that quest was today's Rate Minsk. Yeah, I used to run that a lot on Blueburst because it was really good fun in Milkweeks for Yasha. Yeah, so I now remember this quest. Yeah, this sucks. If you get caught by those glowing orbs, if we get caught 10 times, we just fail. It's ridiculous. You know, after spending like, you know, so long getting to this point. And there you go, that's how easy it is to get caught. So yeah, good luck with that. It's so unfair. Oh my god, they can get you in the corridors. That's against the rules of PSO. You're not allowed to do that. That seems like incredibly unfair. Yeah, so you're in Ultimate Ruins and run. Like, how are you meant to dodge that? This is so dumb. Yeah, come on, ref. Yes, I suppose, yeah, Ghost's not really known for playing by the rules, I guess. So we are going to fail this because I've already been caught about 4 times. Problem is that you can't even use the menu trick to get rid of them. So this was Ruins 3. Yeah, I don't know how you meant to dodge these. Normally when you've got things chasing you, you can hold your menu open and it'll stop you from walking. But even that doesn't seem to help. So I'm running and I'm caught. Is it a custom quest this, or is it or was it one that was actually in the game originally? I don't remember it, but I've got a horrible memory of this quest, so I think I must have tried this before. Ah, hold on. Did they stop chasing you if you stop moving? Because they stopped there. Only when you move. So do you just stop moving if they chase you then? Is that the strat? I like how we figured this out after we've probably been caught about 9 times. Seems incredibly awkward for hunters, bearing in mind I have to be right near the enemies to get to them. Does it even if I attack as well? Yeah. Yeah, attacks seem to draw their attention as well, so I think if they start going towards you, you just need to stop doing everything. This would just make this take ages. I don't see what the advantage of this mechanic is. Like, it just seems annoying. Yeah, this is infuriating. It's so annoying. Bear in mind that enemies can still just shoot you constantly while you're forced to stay still. Away ghosts. So there's a bull claw here, so you just expect it to stay still while there's a bull claw going for you, so you just get lashed onto constantly. Oh. Yeah, what's the name of this quest again? I can't remember what's called, this one. Fragments of a memory. I have a feeling the name of the quest rings a bell. I have a feeling it might be an official one. I'm not sure. Unless I'm getting it confused with another quest. I just don't see the advantage because it just makes everything take forever. Fragments of annoyance. Yeah, you're not wrong. So it does just expect you to just stand there and do nothing while the enemies just shoot you constantly. I'm quite glad this mechanic was never used for other quests. It wouldn't be so bad if you could still attack or use techniques. But, I mean, you can't even use Rester without them coming towards you. Yeah, I mean, you could maybe use mates. But even doing things like, you know, even buffing or debuffing enemies, you can't really do that either because all of that attracts their attention as well. Oh, is it 10 captures per player? Well, I must be close to that. Oof, that was close. Yeah, what I'm doing with the mech guns is I'm using like 2 lots of light attacks and then a heavy, just so it's a little bit quicker. Also, is an official quest int reduced to BB? I'm going to say that this probably wasn't the highlight of Blue Burst. I'm going to caught there. Am I the only one left? Oh no, Minsk is still here. Yeah, I feel it would be a lot fairer if you were allowed to attack, because then you could use certain weapons where you don't, where you don't move. It's a terrible mechanic, this. Yeah, Draken just hanging out in chat again. Yeah, I just don't see what they were thinking when they made this quest, really. It just seems like it's a really bad idea. So for everyone that loves PSO, see, even PSO isn't perfect. It has problems sometimes. This quest is one example of that. Yeah, I think it's probably best just doing Ruins 1 and Ruin 2 in future. Mainly because of this in Ruins 3. And there's no Del Sabers anywhere. I wonder if I warped if they would just follow me through the warp. Should be guaranteed a swordsman's law for this kind of gameplay. I meant the warp on the actual platform there, not a telepipe. It just goes against everything the way I normally play PSO. Just randomly stopping running and just freezing in place every so often. It's just such a weird mechanic to remember. We'll do D-ban, but there's ghosts again. There we go. Okay, I can confirm that items do not make them come towards you. Oh, there's dying counts as well. Well, this is going to be fun. Yeah, firing TMGs, even fast attacks a lot of frames, you get stuck. Fair enough. Death or reviving from death counts. Alright, well, you know what you said about Leroy earlier? I don't predict this will take very long. Quite glad that Grants couldn't hit me there. I see you, Ghost. It's annoying because you can't move, you just have to take hits. And they last so long as well. Yeah, I think we can switch over if you want. Looking at the time, so do you want to do a quick run for V801 instead? Because this is obviously going to go nowhere. And there's no Del Sabers in Ruins 3 anywhere. And this is really annoying. What an end to PSO. Yeah, I love this game, but yeah, I do not love this quest. Runes 1 and Rune 2 are fine. Yeah, back to the lobby. Yeah, that was just terrible. Didn't have a ghost of a chance. You have 1,200 TP. I'm way short of that. I've got no mines or anything on this mag, so... Yeah, no worries, Draconite, that's fine. Yeah, so we'll do a run for V801. And then after that, I'll switch over to NGS just around the stream out. I need to do my dailies and maybe a couple of runs of Kvaris. For anyone playing NGS, actually, if you're going after the Flugel Guard 10 stars, they've actually dropped a lot in price on the player market, so don't feel like they're way out of your league anymore, and a lot of the weapons have dropped quite a bit in price now. So we'll do a bit of episode 4, go after the rare zoo. I'm not sure. Yeah, if anyone is in the lobby or anything, feel free to join. The password is always stream. Could just be someone else that happened to come in the block, though. Yeah, if you are watching from chat and you want to join in, that's absolutely fine. Can't believe how bad that Ruins quest was in Rune 3. Especially if it's an official quest as well. I think I must have tried doing it before because as soon as the ghost spawns, I sort of had a horrible flashback. I like the trail of Mazetta. Is this in case I get lost in Pioneer 2? Yeah, people used to do it all the time. I have no idea what quest's good for zoos, by the way. I'm less familiar with episode 4. I thought it was strange because the floor's all brown here, which I know is how episode 1 works. And I was thinking, I'm sure episode 4 is different. Let's try that again. Just loading up, yeah, episode 1 and 2, do some bank transfers. Yeah, it's not so bad if you've got like a second character you can transfer with the multiplayer. A little bit less anxiety inducing than it was online. I know you could do like trades if you knew the person, but yeah, like swapping things between characters on GameCube, if you didn't have any other characters, was pretty worrying. Alright, so second time. See if we can get it right this time. Welcome to the drop trade exchange. I was quite lucky on GameCube because my brother played as well, so if I needed to do any trading, I could just do multiplayer and just trade something to my brother. Alright, we've got episode 4 this time. Oh, I think I remember this quest, actually. Oh, I was rocking the stealth suit. No worries. Just divine punishment absolutely everything until the even beats end. Probably sounds horrendous, this, because you got all the noise from the divine punishment and the noise from the chainsaw as well. Oh no, I'm not against it, no. You know, go wild. Still need to hunt a good partisan at some point, like either a Yunchang or a Soul Banish. Yeah, I need to get the Fonua leveled as well. Got a lizard parasol. I think every ranger in episode 4 has a dedicated lizard weapon. Yeah, I can't remember how much damage Dorfon does with its charge, but it's probably significantly more health than my Fonuel has. 750, yeah. It's your SD Parasol. It's a multifunction tool. It's your SD Parasol and your Lizard Whacker. Yeah, my Fonuel is nowhere near 750, so even with the heavenly HP, it wouldn't be enough. I think Shun has about 400 and something health. Going through the memory card that your mate gave you. Certain these aren't legit. Sealed J-Sword and a Sumakiri J-Sword. I mean, your friend could have been incredibly lucky, but having a Sealed J and a Tsumakiri is unlikely, I would say. Depends what the percentages are on them as well. Actually, for the Sealed J sword in particular, I could probably tell you if it's legit. if you're looking at it at the minute, if you look at the percentages on it, how many of the percentages are higher than 0? That's all zeros, okay. So that it potentially could be legit, but if there's stuff like dark floors there as well, particularly if you're on GameCube, then that's definitely not legit. It's too used to Hunter. Yeah, so with the CLJ sword, and with Limb Dajant actually as well, basically any weapon that has a kill counter for unsealing it, the kill counter takes the place of one of the percentages. So normally you have a maximum of 3 percentages or 2 percentages in hit. With the CLJ sword, it's a maximum of 2 percentages. So if you ever see anyone with like a CLJ sword that has 3 percentages on it, it's definitely not legit. To be honest though, like you've said though, if there's a dark floor there as well on GameCube, then that's definitely not legit. Unless you're playing on a private server that's got the drop activated. Because dark floor, well, Parasitic Gene Floor never dropped on the official servers or anything, and it's not activated offline. Still don't know why Sega did that, but it's the same with the Red Ring as well. I mean, ultimately, it's up to you if you want to use them. You know, on a 20-year-old game, I don't think anyone's going to hold it against you now if you use stuff like that, but will it stop you getting rares? From what I understand, I think if you have sort of duped or hacked weapons, they don't necessarily stop you from finding stuff. It tends to be things like hacked mags that affect drops. So there was a hack that went around back in the day where you could basically use an action replay to make a mag that was like level... I can't remember what it was now. It was something like level 1000 or something like that. It was way, way higher stats than it would ever be able to get to legitimately. And that used to disable all your drops. I think if it's weapons that have just been duped or if they're things that have been hacked in, it might not necessarily disable your drops. But it's up to you if you want to use them though. I mean, especially something like a CLJ sword. I mean, the chances of you finding a legitimate CLJ sword are absolutely infinitesimal. So, you know, if you want to sort of use one and play around with it and see what it's like, then, you know, I don't think anyone would hold it against you. I like how all I can see in the distance is just beams from the sky on the other side of the crater. Yeah, you probably know that the Sumakiri J sword is just the unsealed version of the sealed J sword. Beans. Oh, special weapon. Anything good? Vice time. Yeah, it was always one of the big problems with GameCube, though, just the amount of hack weapons there was. Sealed also has all zeros. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell then. I would probably lean towards it probably not being legit just because of how rare Sealed J sword is. But especially with it being a dark floor as well. But I can't say for certain if it is. I mean, put it this way, I mean, I hunted CLJ sword on GameCube and on Blue Burst, and I probably put about 3 to 4 years into that hunt overall. And I never found it, so... Yeah, I think everyone that played PSO on GameCube knows someone who had, like, all these ridiculous rares that they got from nowhere. I used to have a friend that played as well, and when he stopped playing, he gave me his memory card and, you know, said, "Oh, you can have all my gear on it." And when I checked it, it was all like 100% dark floors and, you know, Sumakuri J swords with hit and things like that. And I just thought, no. Yeah, I think the main things that used to stop you from finding rares were if you had a hack mag. I think if you stacked items more than 10, I think that could affect your drops as well. So if you had, like, for example, 30-star atomizers in one stack. That lizard has just completely noped out of reality. Just couldn't hit it at all. Here's who made this an Imperial pick. Yeah, Imperial pick's a pretty cool weapon. I never found one of those because I never really had a blue full. I'm assuming for V801, is it a 1 out of 2 drop or is it a 1 in 21? One and two, cool. This is 1 in 500. Oh, I didn't realise that. Yeah, I suppose that's one of the advantages of Blue Burst is that because all the data is held server side, it's harder to do things like that where you make, hack weapons. I mean, you do have the sandbox mode, obviously, but if you play sandbox, you can't play with other people, so... I mean, rightfully so, but... I feel like zoos get way more health in multiplayer. They don't seem really easy to kill in single player, but in multi they just seem to take forever. Crazy effective the divine punishment for taking care of big spawns like this. Quite a few Doff ones in this as well. So I think it looked like it was about 720 damage for the charge. Around there. So yeah, way more than my Fonua has. Zoos are the biggest trolls when you're trying to do a photon blast because you can guarantee as soon as you go to use one of them will dive bomb you. Oh, as the beat ended. Yeah, we're at 900 beats now, so no more divine punishment now. The section, have you played Clementine? Do some of the values seem off as far as experience, things like that, or is it just me? Someone just talked about that earlier, actually. So, to me, it does feel a little bit different to the official servers. I think the experience rate definitely seems faster than the official. Yeah, and some of the values for attacks feel a little bit off, but I think that's the newest you're going to get with PSU at the moment. I would still recommend playing on that server, though. It is a really, really, really cool server to play PSU on. Swap mag lost PB. Yeah, I think if you want to play PSU, I think really there aren't many options at the minute. I don't even know if there are any other servers apart from Clementine at the minute. I think it plays, perfectly fine. It's just that I know when I played it, it did feel a little bit different to official, and someone else was saying the same in chat earlier as well. I forgot how much Huniwell gets murdered in this place. Gorons are just super annoying because they just combo lock you to death. Like that. Yeah, there seems to be quite a few people who've said that they've started with PSU. I mentioned that recently, so yeah, I will look into doing some more PSU videos. I suppose it depends when you got into Phantasy Star, really, because, again, PSO being such an old game now, I think a lot of people even people who play NGS, maybe started out with something like PSU. Got to make a petition to Sega and got to relaunch stuff even if they keep the server small. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you saw recently, but Sega are going back and essentially creating new games or remasters for a lot of their old titles. So things like Crazy Taxi and so on. So there is a potential that maybe they could go back and do something with Phantasy Star as well. I do feel that if they went back and redid a Phantasy Star, I think it would probably be PSO rather than PSU, just because of the fan base. PSO is a very, very popular game within the series, so I kind of feel if it did remaster one, it would probably be PSO rather than PSU. But I would be all for a PSU remaster as well. Above the age of 35, probably start with PSO. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Definitely the case for me anyway. Yeah, sure. I'll do Pillar this time. You can just go whenever. Yep. We've got to have a break from Fowler. We can't have too much excitement for one stream. Yeah, I do feel like there is a lot of people who want to see PSO remastered. PSU definitely has its own little dedicated fan base, dedicated following. But I feel that I think it is much more likely that it would remaster PSO instead. I mean, whether they even do that, I don't know, because obviously a lot of people that want to play PSO are already playing it. So, but, you know, if they are going back and looking at all their old franchises, maybe there's a chance. Guild Wars 1's from 2005 and still up. I used to play Guild Wars, actually. I actually really enjoyed that game. Tried Guild Wars 2 as well, but I could never get into Guild Wars 2. Oh, you played as well, Draken? Yeah, I don't know what it was about Guild Wars 2. I just couldn't get into that game at all. Guild Wars 1 I really enjoyed. Marissa body slam out of nowhere there. PSO is your favourite, just the private server so clean for it, you're not worried about a remake, even though it'll be sick. We're playing on Ephinea. Yeah, that's the server I'm on as well. I've said it before, Shane, but anytime I'm playing PSO on stream, if any of you viewers want to join or anything, by all means, hop in. We're probably going to switch over to NGS shortly, probably after this run anyway, but I'll be playing PSO on most streams that I do anyway. Just DM me on Twitter, the bank of the Hukasi. I'll have a look after the stream. I can't guarantee I'll be able to tell you if it is legit or not, but I might be able to give you a rough idea. I suspect, like you said, because there's a dark floor there as well, I suspect that some of the stuff probably isn't legit, but again, don't let that stop you using it. You know, if you want to use that stuff, use it. You know, it's a 20-year-old game. No one's going to say anything now. Oh, using the V501 now. Oh, no worries, Shane. No, PSO is always more fun playing with other people anyway, so... I like how this single pyro going is just completely dismantling me. Yeah, I'll take a look at that after the stream, best player. Just unfortunate that, you know, back on GameCube, you know, obviously action replays and things like that were really, really easy to get hold of, so it was just super, super easy to make hacked equipment. I'm really, really glad we've got Rangers in this party for Gerta Blulu, because I can't stand dealing with that guy as a hunter solo. Hacked items and dupes were so bad in the day, even on Xbox it was bad. Yeah, and I never played the Xbox version, but I can imagine it being just as easy to hack on there, to be honest. Outside, like, I don't think there's ever been like a perfect version of PSO that's been like free of that stuff. So we do crowd control. You take the lizards. I'll do what I can. Oh, thanks for the description, Shen. Yeah, I think like basically every version of PSO has had problems. You know, obviously, you know, I think the less said about Dreamcast version 1, the better. There's only dupe weapons and armor you'd not want to lose. Too many FSODs. Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think I mentioned this before, but a lot of people did that on GameCube. You literally just dupe your equipment just so you didn't lose stuff when you're playing online. I mean, I did it when I played online on GameCube as well, because it was just, you know, stuff was hard to find, and the last thing you'd want is to, you know, to find something and then lose it to an FSOD as soon as you went online. Has that lizard respawned? I mean, yeah, initially I used to dupe, and then I got to a point where we just start using just one bit of gear. Because it would only take things that weren't equipped, so I would just run around with, like, a demolition comet or something with my hunter. And I would just use that against everything. There's a really bad bug on the Xbox version. Not sure if that's what you guys were talking about. If you were in loading screen, your internet went out, all of your non-equipped items were gone. Yeah, so on GameCube, that was a problem as well. But people actually found a way to kind of weaponize it in the lobbies, where they would, quite often what they would do is they would spam symbol chat so fast in the lobbies. I don't know exactly how they did it, but they would basically spam symbol chat so fast in the lobbies that you would just crash and you'd freeze. And once you'd frozen, as soon as you logged back in, you would have lost everything that you didn't have equipped. But yeah, it absolutely sucked. So I didn't realise that was the same on Xbox as well. There's also a big problem on GameCube of the your memory card corrupting as well. Occasionally you would just log on and the game would go, oh, by the way, your characters are corrupted. Sucks for you. Yeah, it just was just full of trolls online. Don't realize how lucky you were not to get corrupted on GameCube. Yeah, I corrupted 3 times, I think. Thankfully, most of them were at slightly lower level, but I did have one corruption where I lost about a level 130 hunter, so that kind of sucked. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, 130 is not incredibly high, but it was still a lot of work that I put in, you know, to make a mag and everything for them. You get kicked out of the game, and on the saving screen it would freeze and make a loud buzz. That's when you knew you'd lost your inventory. Yeah. And to be honest, with FSOD, it wasn't even always. Sometimes you wouldn't even get kicked. Sometimes it would just freeze, even in the lobby. I had it a couple of times online where it would just freeze while I was still in the lobby. And you just had to restart the GameCube, and when you restarted it, it lost everything. It's on GameCube, it's on a third-party memory card. Yeah, that was one of the problems I had with GameCube. So When I played on GameCube, I initially added like a third-party memory card, and that was what corrupted twice. Actually, no, I think I corrupted all 3 times on that, actually. And eventually I just got sick of it and just decided to change over to a actual Nintendo card. Yeah, I don't know how it would affect you on Dreamcast. I don't know if it would be any different with a third party on Dreamcast. Pretty brutal, this room, because there's just nowhere to go. Looks like we're about to time out, actually. One character per VMU was annoying on Dreamcast. Yeah, I'm quite glad they added extra character slots. That was really dangerous there. I got hit by the body slam, but I got hit by the beam at the same time and it flinched me. I like how they're like, oh, you failed, you only killed 327 enemies. Like, is that not enough for you? Literal Karen. She is literally called Karen. Yeah, you probably need 4 players for that to get all the way through. You got mag invincibility in Pioneer too. It keeps you safe from, when you get attacked in Pioneer 2. So I think what I might do now is I might switch over to NGS and do a little bit of the Kvaris areas just to round out the stream. Just maybe about half an hour or so of NGS. So I'll go and grab a drink quickly and I'll switch over to NGS and, do a couple of runs of that and just round out the stream. So thanks for the games, Minsk and Draken. And we'll switch over to NGS now. Yeah, no worries, Draken, yeah. If you want to do a couple of runs of Kvaris, that's fine. Yeah, no worries, Draken. I'm going to go and get a drink anyway, so a couple of minutes. All right, and we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so I'm just using my my ranger. I think probably just going to do maybe some Rage Horde Gorge, actually, because wouldn't mind quite hunting some of the veterans there. So what I'll do is I will move to... Let's see what blocks are good. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll move to Kvaris 4. This is a bit of room there. Oh, Karopi's there, one of the other NGS creators. I need my swag badge. I don't have it yet. Yeah, so I'm just playing my my Casil called Neath. See, I'm trying to rep PSO a bit here. I've got the Inferno Bazooka, and I've got the Frozen Shooter as well. So still repping PSO. I'm using Ranger because they've just changed a few things with the class, so just been trying it out over the last couple of days. Yeah, sure. I mean, I can do the dailies anytime. So, do you want to do some Rage Horde Gorge for a little bit? I just need to get some of the cold tickets actually before I go there. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, we can go to Rage Horde then. You haven't got a 10-star yet. Hopefully we can get one for you. I know the urgent quest just started, but it's the mine defense one, and I have very little interest in running that. I really don't like the defense quests. Mainly because it seems like every time I do them, I have an absolutely awful time. People just like let the mobs go up the towers. Yeah, it could be. We can have a look in Rage Horde, see if there is any there. If not, we can just do some Belogana Ruins instead. I mean, it could be because there's an urgent quest on at the minute as well. I think that's why. I think it's because I don't have the Ryuka for some reason for Rage Horde. I'll go and get it now. Thankfully, it doesn't take too long to get. It's literally right there. Yeah, I think that's why I couldn't warp, because for some reason I didn't have the Ryuka on this class, on this character. There we go, got it now. I think it's just filled that one, Draken. Well, it still says 31, but it's just not letting me in for some reason. See if there's any other good ones. I'll try again. I might go in, actually. I didn't actually know you could do that in NGS. What ship am I playing? I'm playing on ship 2. Yeah, I had no idea you could even do that. Yeah, Henkadama, it's ship 2 that I'm playing on at the minute. I'm guessing people are just going to rotate through the veterans and the ancient enemies. Yeah, I've got the core boosters. For anyone who didn't see it who plays NGS, the torches that are in Rage or Gorge now, for some reason, they were causing some problems with the game. So Sega have disabled the heat coating effect from the torches. So instead now all the torches do is, I think they still apply fire to your weapon, but they don't actually give you any protection against the cold. So what they've done is they've handed out, I think it was 100% cold resist tickets. Good luck on the grind. I tune later in. No worries. On the ancient. Fair enough. They'll probably be dead by the time we get there. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really looking for anything in particular. I mean, obviously, any Flugel guards would be nice. Any of the new... Is it Rhea? The new 10 stars? Any of those would be pretty nice as well. I don't have any of those ones yet. I did get a Flugel guard blades literally within about 5 minutes of going to Belgana Ruins as soon as the maintenance went up. Oh, they were just on the veteran instead. It's not too bad. We're in the process of preparing French toast for supper. Oh, sounds good. It's a really good area this at the minute because you've got such a big cluster of different enemies that are worth going for. So you've got all the Recon Gigantics here, the Giga Strugments. You've also got a load of veteran enemies as well for dread scales and your chances of rare drops. And you've got the ancient enemies as well for the icicle cubes. Essentially, if you just want to kill bosses, this is where you go. Yeah, same, Draken. I really actually enjoy doing Rage Orge at the minute. Yeah, I agree on that as well. At the minute, it is kind of a case of you do this to find everything, and then once you found everything, there's not a whole lot to do after that. Hopefully, that improves over the next month or two, but I know the last headline, there wasn't a great deal of new stuff. But hopefully it improves soon. For now, though, I'm just happy running Rage Orge. I like how it's kind of quite a confined area, so you do just run up and down the gorge. And usually by the time you get to one end, the stuff at the other end's respawned again. Overall, I think I mentioned this on Twitter, but I've had a little bit of a play around with Ranger since the changes. I feel that I think it is an improvement, but it's certainly nowhere near as big a change as it was for Bouncer. I think it's definitely made the class a little bit more fun, though. Yeah, the launcher changes are really, really good. I really like that they've made it so that certain Fortnite with launcher extend the blight rounds. Let's see the gunner changes. I haven't really tried gunner out much, to be honest. Part of the reason for that is because I've never been a big fan of gunner in NGS, to be honest. So I probably need to have a look at it, but it does sound like quite a minor change overall. Is that all it was then? Just that minor change? One new PA, new visuals, and a skill for PP spot you won't even use. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I don't know what it is about gunner in NGS. I have tried to level it a few times, and honestly, it really bores me. It's probably my least favorite class in the whole game, I think. The only crazy thing about Gunner that I know is, and I know they added this thing where if you get to 150 chain and then break it, I think you restore PP for everyone in the party. I did see a crazy video. It was by one of the other content creators for NGS, Kat, and they did a video where they fought the Zepheto boss. And it was basically a 4-player run. And what they did is they had, I think it was 2 rangers, a Tekka, and a Gunner. And the Gunner basically just continually got to 150 chain. The Tekka was just keeping the rangers alive. And the all the rangers did is just spam Fear Eraser, which is the beam PA, this one. Obviously, you can just hold down Fear Eraser as long as you want to. And because of the PP regen from Gunner, the rangers can just continuously do Fear Eraser for the entire quest. It's absolutely ridiculous. I did say to Kat that they should try doing it with the Hunter Partisan PA as well. This is a Partisan PA that does kind of the same thing. That you just hold down. I think that'd be really, really funny. It's like totally meme builds, but just stupid what it actually allows you to do. Yeah, Javelin, yeah, that's it. I really struggle to like counter that beam. It seems to have a really big hitbox for some reason. I actually barely have any RDR boosters, to be honest. I think I used most of mine on Daffod's Solus when it got added. Enough Ranger as well, they also added an extra charge level to a couple of the PAs. So I know they added extra level to this this launcher PA, Divine. And I think they added it to, I think it was to Raising Shot from Rifle as well. So now that has an extra charge stage. You can get weekly 100% red drop boosters with X Cube. I always forget about that. I think the problem with NGS is there's so many different exchange shops that I always forget what's in each one. One of the strange things about this area is that all the veteran enemies and the bosses and everything, they all got escalated to like high level AEs, but the normal enemies are still level 60 something. Yeah, you can use the recycling shop from your menu, can't you? I mean, to be honest, I kind of feel like rare drop boosters in NGS are almost a joke anyway. It never seems to make any difference whenever I use one. Oh god, we got attacked by the recons as well. Yeah, I suppose. Let's see if I've got any spare ones. I've got a couple, that's not too bad. Looks like the Ancient's up as well. Yeah, the PSO2 day kind of stretches over 2 days, doesn't it? Yeah, I do wish they would do these boost events more often. I've said it before, but I think that doing things like the Super Genesis Festival as well, I think that's a really good positive step forward. So I thought it was a really good idea, them doing that. I apologise for my Ranger play. It's not a class I play often. Oh, we got an Octo Belter. Does it have any fixes? Oh, we got a Gigantics as well. This is why Rageord's really good though, because there's just so many of these type enemies here. Every time you get a storm, you're going to get a Gigantic spawn as well. Now, are people going for the Gigantics or are they going for the... Are they going for the Ancient? Ah, fair enough. You literally just can't move for enemies. Yeah, sometimes the respawn time, it kind of overlaps, which can get a bit frustrating sometimes. Because what I would do personally is I would go for the Gigantics first, because that's on a very limited timer while the while the snowstorm's active. But people will just go for the Veteran whenever it's up. So sorry, for the Ancient whenever it's up. So you kind of have to just discount the Gigantics, unfortunately. Yeah, so I know if someone's already fighting it, it will stay there. It's not like it used to be when NGS first launched, where the Gigantics would just disappear mid-combat. I still don't feel like the Ancient enemies are that difficult, really, overall. They just don't have a lot of health. I mean, they do a lot of damage as well, but their moveset's not too different from the regular bosses. You watch, I'll die now. Yeah, it used to be way harder. I love that everyone knows the Fear is a meta now. Just whenever you get it down, everyone just obliterates it with the launcher. I love that thought on art. I mean, to see how much damage he's doing, just, how often people are dying. Weapon action with rifle does so much damage. There you go, I finally got hit. Yeah, I do feel like this update has been a definite improvement to NGS. I'd like to see them do things like this more often. I feel like we're in a situation with NGS at the moment where we get one decent update like this and then we get quite a few filler ones. So I would like to see a bit of a change in how they distribute the content, really. Yeah, I totally agree, Draken. My number one want for NGS at the minute is more permanent standing content. Actually, tracking well, I think on. You know the Crimson thing that they announced in the headline. Have you actually seen it yet? Because I've been doing this for a few days and I haven't seen it happen anywhere in Belugana or here. The Crimson Realm or whatever it was called. Still yet to see it. Oh, it's on the 20th. Ah, okay. I probably did say that in the video. I can't remember. Thought it was unusual that I hadn't seen it. Just realised there's a Gigantics here as well. Yeah, this definitely does feel like the area to be in at the minute. I feel that, you know, Belugana is brilliant for leveling your characters. I mean, the experience there at the moment is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I capped about 4 characters within, I think, within 2 days, and I wasn't playing much. Which is why I always find it really strange when they just increase the level cap by 5, because they do that and then you hit the cap within like an hour at most. Probably less than that, to be honest. Yeah, sounds about right. It just seems really strange that they increase the level cap and then they give you a method to just hit the level cap pretty much instantly. There's just no grind at all. The level cap, like, it feels the same hitting it, regardless what the level cap is. So, you know, back when the level cap was, 50 or 60, it feels like the same work to get to that as it is to get to 85. Amidst the yellow fast. Oh yeah, of course, yeah, because the way you queue for it now is quicker as well. Steer yellow is ridiculous. The amount of experience you get in that it takes like a minute to do. Or for the hype beam, which is probably not advisable in the middle of a gigantic spawn, but we take risks here. Yeah, I don't want to be in there. I think this guy's one of the hardest gigantics, to be honest. I think it's because I'm too used to the regular version. Yeah, the hitboxes, yeah, for some of the moves, the hitboxes are huge. I feel like having the mobility from Ranger is a huge benefit on this, though. There we go. Really, all I want is the Giga Strugments. I don't care about anything else. I just want those so I can get the cool PSO camos. Yeah, I've had a couple of the Anya armor drops. I think I've had maybe 2. Oh, and I actually got them with Fixer as well. Ah, they're untradeable. Oh, okay. Are the 10-star here weapons, are they tradable, or are they not tradable as well? Yeah, I've got one of the I think it's the might be the VO I've got, I think. Honestly, can't remember. I think it's the VO that I found. Yeah, if you mix and match, you can have any combination, yeah. I do find it odd, though, that like the regular Ephinea armors are not tradable, but the variant ones are. Seems like a really weird choice. Do the Lucille update will have a shop to turn them into Growthman. I could see that, yeah. Yeah, I have a feeling that the next Lucille update will basically swap out the Octo stuff for Ephinea. I think one of the only things I'm not a big fan of with the Kvaris areas is there isn't a huge variety in the bosses, so you do tend to get this guy a lot. Oh, bit of lag that. I like how PSO runs flawlessly for the entire time stream, but then NGS lags. So we get a ton of Octo armors here, though, like the Octo Argers, Belters, and Shazers. Yeah, I would like to see them mix up the enemies a bit more. I do just feel like you do get the same bosses quite a lot. I mean, it was the same problem in Alio and Retem as well. Yeah, I think that new region, I think, is going to be sort of the turning point, I think, in regards to what we start seeing show up. It seems like it's going to be quite central to the story. You know, people have already commented that it looks like there's something in the background that looks a bit like Clarissa, so I'm guessing that's going to be like a callback to PSO2. PSO, the dial-up game. Yeah, exactly. PSO had a big thing for communication. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, the connection was never perfect in PSO either, back on the consoles. But to be fair to NGS as well, I do feel like the connection issues on NGS are a lot better now. You know, just after launch, it was horrendous. Well, idea of swapping info with anyone in the year 2000 when translation game is insane. Yeah, it was so far ahead of its time, really. You know, even going to the point with things like the internet time as well. You know, yeah, we're going to bring in a system that allows anyone to have like a time system that is universal across everyone. So you can, you know, decide when to meet up. I mean, I know no one really used it, but it was a sort of revolutionary idea at the time. Not really sure what we're going for now. Is it another veteran? Looks like most people are down here. I think maybe kill one more veteran or so. And then I'll probably call the stream there. Unless we get this bug where the veterans just stop spawning. Which does happen sometimes. Ah, there we go. We've got some gigantics at least. That'll do. And the ancient spawn. So, yeah. So, since we're fighting these gigantics, we'll do these. Then we'll maybe do the ancient and then end the stream after that. Yeah, PSO didn't invent the beats. I think... I might be wrong on this, but I think it was it a watch company? I think it was Swatch. And then PSO basically used the system. It was Swatch, yeah. It's a crazy idea thinking back on it now, really. They went to all that effort just to try and get people to play together. I guess that is like the whole point of PSO, really, so... I think most people are going for the ancient by the looks of things. It's supposed to be used for business. Yeah, I mean, I can sort of get why they would use it. I suppose arranging meetings like internationally, across the world, I suppose they thought it would be easier if everyone was just on the same system. But the reality is that everyone just had to convert the beat time to their time zones anyway, so it didn't really solve any problems. If anything, it was more work. But it was still cool, though, to see that, they tried that system and then tried implementing it in PSO as well. Right, so I think what we'll do is we'll do this guy. And then we'll put it in the stream after this. Never knew about beat time before PSO. I think a lot of people didn't. I certainly didn't. It was only when I looked into it. You find out that it was actually developed by the watch company Swatch. Yeah, it doesn't even mention in PSO, does it, about how it works? It's just there. That's kind of a thing with PSO in general, though. There's a lot of things in the game that it just does not explain. Like, put his arm in the way of the weak bullet. There we go. Using beats would be the same as you using UTC or like a person in the US using metric. It was very ambitious. I would say ambitious but flawed. Yeah, see, that's the thing. So they went to all this effort of doing things like word select and everything to make communication easier. Then developed a system to arrange people to meet up at the same times, but then didn't arrange any system for how to explain to use that. To be fair, that is the most Sega thing, really. I think I'll just stay here. There's a turn in the millennium, yeah. Yeah, a lot of very, very ambitious ideas. They obviously wanted something that was completely revolutionary. Bear in mind that I believe, again, I could be wrong on this, but I believe PSO was the first online console game, or first online console RPG. So, there was a lot of revolutionary things that were trying with it. So I think they just sort of threw everything at PSO and just saw what stuck, basically. some things work really, really well. I mean, I would say word select's fairly useful. You know, if you were playing with someone who, you know, wasn't the same language as you, then it gave you a way of communicating with them, even though it was only basic communication. It was still usable. But things like beat time, I think less so. I need to get out of here. Trying to type a message while fighting Dark Falz was tricky. Yeah, I mean, I remember back on GameCube, using like the on-screen keyboard. PB Chains explained the manual or even hinted at. I don't think so. The 9-star hammers all have freeze resist. Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't think PB Chains were ever mentioned at all. just find out yourself. There might have been mentioned that you can get a photon blast for your mag, and that would be about it, I think. I don't even think it told you about how to feed your mag properly, to be honest. It no info on any of the photon blasts or anything, so it was all up for you to just figure out. Yeah, I mean, figuring out the mag system without the internet or anything would have just been nightmare fuel. What you said there, bass player, that's just made so much sense to me, because I used to do the same, just running in circles trying to find letters. Yeah, I ended up getting a keyboard as well. But I think what I'll do is I think I'll end the stream there for today, guys. It's been a really fun one today, actually. Apart from that ghost section in PSO, that was ridiculous, and I never want to do that again. But yeah, it's been a really, really fun stream, actually. So I think going live midweek, there'll be another NGS video. And then at the weekend, there'll be another PSO video, which will be another class breakdown, probably for Raymal. Thanks, Dick. Yeah, so I am at London. It's not this week coming, it's the week after. So, yeah, I think I said that wrong earlier in the stream. So it's not this week coming, it's actually the week after. So for that week, I'll let you guys know if there's going to be a stream for that week or not. It'll depend on how I feel when I come back from London, but I'll keep you guys informed anyway. You won't go caps mad next time. Yeah, and I need to fix that Nightbot, because yeah, Nightbot's been a bit too aggressive. But yeah, so we'll call it there for today. Like I say, NGS video midweek and PSO video at the weekend. If you enjoyed the stream or anything, please consider liking or subscribing if you haven't already. And you can also follow me on Twitter as well, or X, whatever you want to call it, at SectionSkyly as well. And I tend to post there when I'm going live. I'll put a new video up as well. If you don't stream, I'll just episode 3 instead. Sounds good. Yeah, everyone level your characters on Ephinea so we can all do 4-player. But for me, I'll end that one there. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully see you in the next stream and with the next videos as well. See you later, guys.